So when it comes to conceptual art, we know movies go through hundreds of renditions of different things that could be in them. Specifically, the giant blockbuster movies we're all talking about. Spider-Man being one of them, and of course Spider-Man's inclusion in Avengers Infinity War. So let's talk about the Iron Spider suit, and the comic accurate one at that. So look, the Iron Spider, honestly, I think the version we got in the MCU works pretty well. You know, there's certain things you have to do with a character and their armor and their look to be able to sell it as authentic. A lot of people complain about the fact that Spider-Man's normal costume in Homecoming just looks cheap. It looks like bad graphics because he doesn't have raised webbing, he doesn't have all these layers like every other MCU suit, so it kind of makes him look a little plain. That's why the old suits had the raised webbing and so much more depth to them. When it came to the Iron Spider suit, that thing looks legit. You know, you can tell it's like Iron Man inspired, obviously. You know, it's got all that armor, it's got the glowing lights, the depth, the lines in there. So they did go through renditions to get to that exact armor multiple times. So one of them was a comic accurate version of the Iron Spider suit, which when you look at it, yeah, you could see why they didn't go with that, because yeah, it translates, but it doesn't translate well. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget. Just because it looks good on paper doesn't mean it's going to look great when it translates to a movie. You know, how many times have we seen costumes that's like, that'll probably be good, and you kind of see it in motion, you're like, well, we made a mistake. Captain America in the first Avengers movie, that's a great example of being like, wow, that looks great on paper, let's see. Boy, that looks cheesy. So that's the type of thing, right? Sometimes it translates easier, sometimes it doesn't, and Spider-Man, by his nature, when you look at that suit, he has to have all that complexity going in it, all that raised stuff to kind of give it that depth that people wanted after they complained that the Homecoming suit looked plain. So they gave us that, and ultimately the scrapped version just is going to remain scrapped, I think, because realistically, it doesn't look that good.